Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. It is Friday the 14th of June. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Now, we've got a bit of a mixed weekend ahead, but it does look as if conditions are going to go dry for us, at least for a few days, across many parts of the country during the early part of next week. Got some more information on that in just a few moments. But big news today is got some signals coming in from one of the main meteorological centres just hinting at some fine weather to come for the summer, particularly through late July and into August. So let's take a look. Here's the latest from the Korean long-range model. Now, it's very early days, really early days. But I guess that when you've been through the unset spell that we're going through just at the moment, and having seen the weather of last year, of course, you kind of look at things. And when you're forecasting, you look for signals. You look for the first signs on the horizon of potential weather situations. So this is by no means a forecast. It's just highlighting to you what some of the models are showing. And as you know, here at weatherweb.net, what I like to do is to show you exactly what we're seeing here. So please don't go running around saying, oh, Simon said it was going to do this and it didn't. This is just to show you the first signals coming from the models. And this is the output from the Korean model for July. And what it shows is pressure higher than normal. Look, these are pressure anomalies. So it's showing higher than normal pressures across the south of the UK into France, into the northern parts of Spain. Now, all that perfectly normal coming from the Azores High, centred out here in the Atlantic, which ridges through the south of the country. You notice that elsewhere through the UK, pressure lower than normal. Remember, this is for the whole month. This is the means, so this is the anomaly from the means for the whole month of July. But what I wanted to show you was this one. Just look at August. So you can see the British Isles in the middle there. Look at that red colour there. That is a height anomaly of high pressure across the country through August. Now, if that were to come true, then that would be some end to July and a dry August as well. That's a real strong signal of high pressure dominating through August. Now, of course, you've got to treat this with a pinch of salt, but what's interesting from it is, notice that we've got the lower anomalies here, look, off the western coast of Portugal and into the southern parts of the Bay of Biscay. So what's interesting there is it's still picking up in this overall pattern of low pressure to the south, high pressure to the north. But what it does is it brings the high pressure further south. So instead of Scotland and Ireland, which is what we thought were probably just going to be the drier spells, actually it's brought it further south across the whole of the British Isles. Now, really early days, as I said, and this is just a signal from the model. But it's just interesting to see what it shows. Now for September, oh, can't get rid of my little lines there, but never mind. For September, again, look, higher than normal pressure centred off Ireland to the southwest of the country. Low pressure up towards the north. Now, I got to say, I'd have to say confidence very low in this, because I'm not sure that it's going to be lasting that long. But it's very interesting to see, isn't it, that the Korean have picked up on this and are going for this idea of higher pressure being dominant through August and into September. That could really throw summer forecasts out a little bit, because we've all been leaning towards the idea that there'd be a breakdown through August, particularly in western and southern areas, as the hurricane season got underway. But what about the shorter term? Well, this is from the Japanese Met Agency. And incidentally, the Japanese Meteorological Agency long-range forecasts are due out in the middle part of next week. So it's going to be fascinating to see these. But this is the medium-range forecast. This is week 1, and this goes forward from today. So forwards from Friday the 14th through until Friday the 21st. So this takes us up to the 21st of June. And this is pressure anomalies again. And you can see there the British Isles underneath here. We've got bluer colours there indicating lower pressure than normal, hence the more unsettled conditions. Taking a look at week 2. So this is taking us from the 22nd through to Friday the 28th. Of June. So this is taking us up towards the end of the month, and this is an interesting one as well, because look what's happening. You see that we've got lower than normal pressure Scotland, Northern England, Northern Ireland. Okay, so we can accept that probably there we're into these more unsettled conditions overall. But look down to the south, we're seeing pressures at or above normal. So we are starting to see this rise in pressure taking place across more southern areas. And if we just look at the 500 millibar anomalies, here's the 500 millibars for the same period. So this is taking us up to the 28th of June. And notice this trough here, look, through the British Isles, but higher than normal heights out to the west, higher than normal heights out towards the east. And it looks like this is just warming the southern part of this trough, which makes it retreat back further north later on. And then looking ahead from the 29th, so this is 29th of July, 29th of June, and it takes us through to, when I can work out the dates, takes us through to the 12th of July. So this is taking us through to the 12th of July. And look what's going on here. Look, higher than normal pressures. It's predicting across most of the British Isles. It's not strong. It's up to 6 millibars above normal, but it's hinting that this ridge from the Azores high, centred out here in the Atlantic, is stronger than it normally is during this period. So this is leaning us into this idea still. Do you remember I've been pumping this idea that the late part of June into the early part of July would be a drier period of weather? And if we look at the heights, we look at the forecast heights, there we go, look, you see the yellower colours across the British Isles, again indicating heights above normal. And the jet stream is coming in something like so. So it's passing to the north of the country. So northern parts of Scotland could well see rain at times, but it's hinting at these dry conditions across much of England, Wales, Ireland, southern and eastern parts of Scotland for the end of the month into the early part of July. Certainly backing up the forecast that we've been giving you over the last few days. But until we reach this point, of course, we've got some unsettled weather ahead. Just give you a quick rundown as to what's going on. This is the forecast chart for today. Got that warm front out towards the north and west. That's driving some rain northeastwards through the country, most of it across Wales, southern and western Ireland, but drizzly bits through the Midlands, northwest England, later in western Scotland and the southwest of England too. For Saturday, low pressure across Scotland brings us an area of rain across northern and western Scotland, northern parts of Ireland as well. Also an area of rain through Wales and I think through the Midlands as well. Could be a few showers for northwestern England, but elsewhere it's generally dry, fair amount of cloud, but fairly breezy as well. Into Sunday now, Father's Day, we've got low pressure off towards the south of Ireland, some heavy bursts of rain coming into southern Ireland, probably the southwest of England, and rain just kind of leaching through southern Wales into the Midlands, central southern parts of England too, and that really puts the kibosh on the Champions Trophy match, the cricket match, which of course is the England match at Cardiff. Looks like it's going to be wet there throughout. Across more northern parts of the country though, drying up as high pressure builds in. Could be 1 or 2 showers over the high ground, but generally it's much, much drier. And it's dry towards the east too, with all places seeing lighter winds and becoming fairly warm. Here's Monday now, and jury's out on how far north this rain to the south comes. It looks like it's southern England, southern Wales, southern Ireland at the moment that sees most of it. Elsewhere we're dry, we've got some good sunny spells around, some light winds. Just watch out for a little bit of low cloud affecting the eastern coast, but generally dry with light winds for a good 3/4 of the country. And then into Tuesday, ridge of high pressure is still close by. Could be some cloud and some spots of residual rain left across the far south of England. They'll fade away and then all places become dry with sunny spells. However, some thicker cloud affecting the far north of Scotland, just because of this front, may just bring some outbreaks of rain brushing these northern coasts as they blur by. And then finally, for Wednesday, so this is Wednesday the 19th, high pressure ridged into the country, a weak front close to northern parts of Scotland, bringing spots of rain there. But generally for most, you can see it's a dry day, there's some good sunny spells, just got to watch the amount of cloud affecting East Anglia and the southeast, but generally a dry day with light winds. So there are some hints, you see, of some dry weather into the early part of next week. And that's your lot. So there's a big forecast for you, taking you through from today right the way through until August. To play back the video again, and if you didn't understand any part of it. But as I said, remember that first part of the forecast, the Korean, isn't a forecast, okay? It's just a signal, the first sign of signal saying that conditions are going to be this way. So, once again, thanks for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget, you keep the site free of charge by coming back and using the site and using the adverts. It's that generates the revenue that keeps us free of charge. So, thank you for doing that. Please tell your friends about us, and thanks for watching. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.